Sometimes life takes a turn that you never saw coming. I had a full Christmas decorating series planned this year, day by day videos, each space styled and shared with you. And then my computer crashed over a week ago, and everything that I had mapped out became non existent. I won't lie, it was frustrating. I had worked so hard, and suddenly the plan shifted. But in that moment, I realized something that I think so many of us need to remember during the holidays is that even when life doesn't go as planned, there is still beauty to be found. We can adjust, we can breathe, and it will still be okay. So instead of a full series, I'm inviting you into my home as it is, warm, cozy, and already decorated. Not perfectly filmed, not the plan that I intended, but full of heart, tradition, and pieces that I have collected over time. The season isn't about perfection, and for me, that has always been a long journey. But this year, I want to remind myself and you that it's about creating a home that feels peaceful in the middle of the chaos. Today, I'm sharing our living room and kitchen, two of the heart of the home spaces we spend the most time in. And if you'd like to see the rest of our home, the bedrooms, the staircase, the loft, the porch, the basement, and even the bathrooms, make sure and subscribe so that you don't miss the videos coming later this week. For now, come on in. Let me show you around. I want to start out with our kitchen. This is literally the heart of our home. We have so many people in and out of our home, and the one common place when they are all here is this area right here. This is where we fellowship. This is where we laugh. This is where we get to know each other. This is where we've cried together, and it truly is the foundation of our home. So, coming into this space, I wanted to make the floral arrangement something that was going to give a pop of color, but also not be so cumbersome when I'm having to put food out on the island, I'm cooking, I'm baking. I love for my decor to be functional. I don't want to have to move a lot of things off of tables and spaces and hard tops to be able to do my everyday life. And so for me, it was very important that this arrangement here was going to hold the beauty, but not the nuisance. I pulled this vase from another place in my home because I wanted to incorporate the chinoiserie on this side of the room and have it balance out with what was going on over here on this side of the room, which, as you can see, also has the chinoiserie decor. I then just added this copper tray that I found at the thrift store to kind of balance that out and create a landing space for the vase, but also to marry and blend in with the copper pot that is hanging above my stove. The red roses and feathers are from Amazon, as well as the greenery picks, and all of that is listed in my Amazon storefront under the Christmas decor for 2025. So you can find that there. I love these roses because they look so real, and I don't have to worry about trading them out as the season goes on. I don't have to invest money every single week to keep them looking beautiful, and they will just sit there throughout Thanksgiving and Christmas. Then I can also use them in February as well for a beautiful Valentine's Day arrangement. I have this little jello dish or salad dish that I found at the thrift store as well. This is what I house my candle inside of. So when it is not burning, I have the lid on top of it, but when it does, then I just take the lid off and place it down close to the base to still keep that aesthetic. Then moving back here to the back of my kitchen, again, I did not want a lot of things that were going to be in my way. We've got Daisy's treat jar over here on the right. This sits here all year round. I have been searching for a nutcracker cookie jar that I can use for Daisy's treats, and I have not found one yet, but I am still hopeful. So hopefully we can add that as we get into Vlogmas. Yes, Vlogmas is coming. The computers are all secure. I have my schedule laid out and I am so excited. I was absolutely devastated that I did not get to do my decor with you guys as I stated in the beginning of this video. But you know what? Where the devil comes in, we just keep giving him the finger. We've given him the finger a lot lately, have we not? And I will continue to do that during Vlogmas as well. He may not have allowed you to decorate with me, but he will not keep us from Vlogmas. Over here, I have my essential oil diffuser. I love this thing. Right now, I have orange and clove. That is kind of what I have been diffusing lately. I love it because it just gives this very simple, peaceful vibe. You can hear it. Let me see if I can get close enough to where you can hear. It's just this very peaceful ripple of the water, and it just creates this very welcoming vibe. But I found this little warmer at the thrift store, and I thought, what a perfect way to display that without it just sitting on my counter. You guys know that I am all about elevating and different levels of decor as far as heights and dimension. And this just really did what I needed it to do to create this little cozy corner over here in my kitchen. I found this recipe box as well from the thrift store, and over Vlogmas, we are going to be creating our favorite recipes that are in this recipe holder. I found this cake plate at the thrift store as well. Right now, it is housing sourdough bread. No, I do not make my own because I do not need a third child. And so I just hand that over to the Lord and purchase it from this cute little local general store here in my town. We've got our copper pitcher up here on our hanging rack. And then over here, you will remember this boxwood ball from my fall decor. And I didn't want to change that up because I love it so much. And all that I had added to it was one greenery stem from Walmart. I popped off the berries and I just placed them inside. And it created this new beautiful display. And it only cost me, I think, $2.84. We've got the metal cookie can over here. This houses my reusable K-cup pods. That is here all year round, but it also marries very well with the copper from the pitcher, the recipe holder, and then also over here in the tray on the counter. That is one of the most important things that you can do when decorating is try to make a triangle out of similar textures, similar color tones, similar metal tones. So as you can see, if I stand right here, we have a triangle. So the tip of the triangle is our copper plate, and then the base of the triangle is the recipe box, the pitcher, and the cookie can. And that just allows everything to kind of balance each other out and just appear more intentional and elevated. Over here on this side of the room is where we eat dinner and breakfast on the weekends. And so, again, I did not want something that I was going to have to move around all of the time, take on and off of the table for when we wanted to eat. We never really have food on the table. I always either have it on the stove or on the counter, and then we just refill as needed. So I didn't need to worry about this. I just needed to have space on the outskirts for our plates and silverware and cups and that type of thing. This wreath is from Walmart, And I love it because it is red and it just kind of ties into the rest of what is going on here. And just to kind of show you, we'll still walk through the area, but again, I want to show you another triangle that is taking place here. If I can get far enough back so that you can see, we have the tip of the triangle as the roses on the island. And then the base of the triangle is the wreath on the table, as well as the berries that are in the pitcher on the buffet. And so, again, it just blends everything together for a very aesthetically pleasing vibe and allows things to just look a little bit more polished and finished off. These candlesticks, all three of them, are also from the thrift store, as well as the hurricane lamp. I wanted something that was going to bring warmth to the table, but again, I did not want wires and battery operated things in a space that I needed to keep clean and able to function around. So these candles are battery operated. They are on my storefront in multiple areas, so you won't have a hard time finding them. And then all that I do to my candles is I rub some craft paint on them with a paper towel, depending on the color that I am going for. That way I don't have to buy all kinds of different colored candles to achieve the look that I'm going for. Over here on my buffet is probably one of my favorite things in my decor this year. I found these chinoiserie balls on Amazon, and I think that they are absolutely gorgeous. That is obviously the vibe that takes place over here on this side of the room. And so I kind of wanted something that was going to marry with that and allow this space to just blend very well together. I didn't want to pull attention from one thing to draw attention to another. And so when I found those balls, I thought that they would be the perfect addition to what is already going on over here. I also added to the tree these beautiful little nutcrackers, again on Amazon. And I am very obsessed with old-fashioned Christmas ornaments, and these very much give off that look. And I just think that they are beautiful in this space. I love how at night the light bounces off of them, and they're just gorgeous. So we have all different kinds of colors here, different images, and I think that they are perfect. These mini teardrop lights are from Target. Again, very inexpensive. They are on a battery with a timer, so I can set those to go off at the same time every evening. This is where I incorporated the soup tureen that was in my Christmas thrift haul, and I decided to use the whole thing along with the spoon, and I think that it is perfect in this area. I love how that image just kind of plays off with the balls and creates this beautiful little corner on the buffet. And then over here on this side is where we put our pitcher and our holly bell. The greenery up top are just a few picks that I've had over the years, but the red berries are from Walmart this year, and it was one pick. I clipped 3 little sprigs off to put in here. This is also what I used for the boxwood ball over by the stove, but I did not keep the leaf base in the one over by the stove. This one I did just because I wanted, again, another texture. This hurricane lamp was here for fall, but I decided to keep it here for this decor as well, and I think that it turned out beautiful. And this is what it all looks like together. Moving into the living room, I have these candlesticks that are trumpets right here in the middle. I have not decided yet if I want to add candles to them or if I just want to leave them plain and simple. I kind of like the simplicity of them, although I feel like there is a little something maybe missing. I'm keeping that on my radar as a place to possibly incorporate another layer, but for right now, I'm keeping it as is. They are also from the thrift store as well. I picked them up last year actually after Christmas. Someone had donated them, and I thought that they would be perfect for my decor. I originally was going to put them on my tree, but they ended up just being too heavy and cumbersome, and it wasn't giving the look that I was going for. So I decided to just place them here. Over here, as we get into the tree, I think that this is probably my favorite tree that I have ever done. I love the plaid ribbon, also from Amazon. The orange slices, Amazon as well. Amazon for the win, friends. And then my red ornaments are also from Amazon, and everything else are just ornaments that I have had over the years. I take that back. These right here, the blue and green, and then this gold one right here came in a pack that I purchased from Walmart this year from, I think it was My Texas Home was the brand. And there were little ones that came with it as well as larger ones. And I used the large ones upstairs in the loft, which you will see later this week. But I added the smaller ones to this tree to just give it a little bit more dimension. Because this tree is larger, I like using different sized ornaments. That way, everything does not look the same. We've got some larger copper balls right there. We've got some of these gold ones that are larger as well. The red ones are your average sized ornament. These are velvet. And then we've got this medium size up here that are also velvet. I like using different textures in the tree as well. I just feel like it really elevates the decor of the tree when not everything is the same. Not everything is the same texture or shade and metal tone. And then I also have some of these longer ornaments over here that are little wooden ornaments. They are longer and so they take up more space. They are perfect for areas where you just kind of have some bare holes in your tree branches, and they just kind of cover that up and camouflage that really nicely. And then I have these tiny little bells here as well that are also from Amazon. I've used these for many years. I don't remember if they are linked or not. If I'll double check and make sure that they are, if they're still available. I've had them for so long that they might not even be available anymore. And then down here underneath the tree, I do not use tree skirts. I use blankets and throws and oversized scarves to try and accomplish the look of a tree skirt, but it allows me much more flexibility to be able to find the colors and the patterns that I am wanting in the space. This blanket is literally the most cozy thing ever. It is from Amazon. If you are looking for a blanket to gift someone for Christmas this year, this is phenomenal. Chloe was like, please, will you buy me my own for my bedroom? Because it is that cozy. It is so soft and fuzzy on this front side, but then on the opposite side, it is that minky blanket material, and it is phenomenal. But I wanted something that kind of had multi-tones, that kind of gave off a very earthy vibe, and I just felt like this one was perfect. So I just have that pooled around the base. All of my cords for my trees and my timers and everything are camouflaged underneath. and it just allows it to look very finished and not like everyone else's. I swapped out my pillowcases for new ones for this season. I wanted these kind of warmer, richer tones. I kept the same pillows. You guys know that I just swap my pillowcases out every so often. It's so much cheaper that way. And I really wanted to pull in the copper and the blue to merge in with my decor. So I have those on this side as well as over here on this couch as well. My coffee table is housing a few different items. All are thrifted, except for the ornaments. I looked for thrifted ornaments like this and decided that that is not what I want to pay for them. And so this year, I found these at Dillard's. I looked up on Instacart because I was not wanting to go out and shop for them. And after trying to find them on Marketplace and realizing that they were way out of the budget that I wanted to give towards vintage ornaments, I found these for $40 at Dillard's. And all of them came in one box. So you get, how many are there? 3, 6, 9. And they are absolutely gorgeous. They are so detailed. I love the colors. And I just think that it really adds the finishing touch to this space. I put them in a tray that I got from the thrift store, and then I went ahead and put that tray on top of a candlestick to create a raised bowl. I then have our Norman Rockwell paintings book opened to a Christmas theme. I love this photo. I think that it is so vintage, so beautiful. I love the colors, the imagery, the outfits, just the whole thing. Back here we have our candle. This is the same candle that is on the kitchen table. I purchased it from Ross. This candle vase was also thrifted. It sits on here all year round, and then I just swap out the candles for the different seasons. And then I have that little gold plate inside, and that just adds another texture and tone and holds the candle in place. Over here, you will find many pieces that were in my Christmas thrift haul. We've got a Christmas tree candle that I went ahead and put inside of the metal sugar pot. And then my glass bell that I got in Bentonville at the thrift store, I went ahead and put that on another one of the gold plates. And then the candlesticks are thrifted. They sit here all year long. And then you will find that I have more of the battery operated candles, and I just went ahead and painted those a navy blue. I added blue craft paint from Walmart with a little bit of black inside, rubbed it on with a paper towel, and then on the inside of the candles up here by the flame, I just put some paint on a Q-tip, and that way I could get inside of that small space without getting paint on the flame. Then for my floral arrangement, I took the one off of the island in the kitchen that was there during my fall decor. Those are the red flowers that I had thrifted in September, and it is inside of this metal bowl that was also thrifted. I kept everything the same as it was. I just transported it over here because I felt like it brought in a beautiful red touch, red tone, and really finished off that space. And then up on the mantle, very simple, I purchased this garland from Amazon this year, and I am obsessed. I don't think I will ever use anything else again. It feels real, it looks real, it hangs wonderfully, it lays beautifully, it doesn't lay flat, and I was able to merge in my lights in a way that they can remain camouflaged. You don't see cords all over everywhere. And I am just so, so happy with it. But look at the detail and how realistic that appears. It doesn't look fake. It doesn't have that smell that sometimes faux greenery can have. And it was very inexpensive considering the prices of faux garland. I have two 6-foot strands up here. So obviously 6 foot on one side, 6 foot on the other. And I decided to drape it down the sides to just create an extra element of warmth on that side of the room. I have had these nutcrackers for years. I have always kind of decorated with, I guess, a Ralph Lauren vibe. So when I found out that that was kind of the aesthetic for this season, I just kind of had to chuckle because I feel like that has always been the case in my home. And I was really excited that I had some original nutcrackers that not everybody on the planet was now going to have. So I brought these guys out again this year. We've got our candlesticks in the middle, same battery operated candles. I just painted these burgundy. And then you will notice that we have our 3 copper glass candlesticks from our thrift haul. And I think that those just look beautiful up there at night. It is gorgeous. During Vlogmas, I will show you some different night views of the different spaces in our home decorated so that you can kind of get a better view and understanding of what our home looks like at night lit up. But I am so happy with that space. And isn't he just the cutest thing ever? Love it. And then over on this side of the room, I don't have a lot going on because it already has the potential to become cluttered looking with the pictures on the wall. And so I have to be very careful with my decor. But I have this scarf that I've had for years and years and years. I don't even remember where I got it. And then I picked up this little Christmas tree pillow this year from Amazon. And I think it's perfect. It's got the right colors and it just blends everything so well together. I found a thrifted record over here, Organ and Chimes Christmas, at the thrift store. And so I've got that sitting here to play. Very excited about that. The thrift store is a great place to find vintage records for Christmas. There are so many, so do not sleep on that. And then down here, of course, these are here all year round, but Gibby and Libby are coming back again this year. This is our 14th year of doing Gibby and Libby. If you don't know, those are our elves, and I do a different scenery for them every single day and put it on Instagram just to bring a little bit of joy to the Christmas season this time of year. So if you are not following along on Instagram, jump over there so that you don't miss out on any of those. There is a spreadsheet, of course, and all of the things. And it's just a really fun time. It's a way this year now for us to kind of stay connected to Christian. He's away at college, and so he can still participate by looking at the different images every day and still feel like he is here for Christmas. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and for walking through these spaces with me, even though this past week and a half did not look the way that I had originally planned it to. If there's anything that this season keeps teaching me, It's that beauty can still unfold even when the path changes. Our homes don't need to be perfect, they just need to feel warm, welcoming, and lived in. Places where we can rest, gather, and breathe. I hope something that you saw today inspired you, whether it was a thrifted find, a simple detail, or just the calm of cozy Christmas light in the background. Decorating doesn't have to be rushed or expensive. It can be thoughtful, timeless, and collected over time. I'll be sharing the rest of our Christmas home throughout the week, so be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos and so that you'll be here with me as we head into Vlogmas as well. I'd truly love to have you along for all of it. As always, thank you for being here today. I hope that this reminds you that a beautiful home can be created with thrifted finds, simple touches, and a heart that chooses peace over perfection. I can't wait to share more of this Christmas season with you. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.